Functions questions like this, don't try and answer this whole question right here. You just want to start chipping away at the marks. So it's a 4-mark question. If you can figure this thing out, you're going to get some marks. If you can figure this thing out, you're going to get some marks. So I have one really nice trick for how to do FG4. And this is called composite function. So this is when you have two different functions at the same time. So just to very quickly recap what a function is like if f of x is this thing, a simple functions question would be like find f of 3. And that just means you put 3 into wherever the x's are. Okay, so f of 3, you swap the x out for 3. When you get harder questions, you have what's called composite functions and inverse functions. And we're going to just do the whole thing in 5 minutes. When you have a composite function, you go this way. You go there, and then you go there, okay? So you take the 4, you shove it into G, and then you shove the whole answer into F. So what I mean is shove 4 into this. So basically, it's 4 squared, okay? But you go like G of 4. If you wanted to be mathsy about it, you would write G of 4 equals 4 squared. I know from experience that this is the thing that people get confused at first in functions. They're like, how did you get that? Well, g of x is x squared. That doesn't mean that this function has an x in it. It's telling you what to do to that x. You square it. So g of anything is that thing squared. Okay, that's what function actually means. So we shove it in there, we get 16. And then we shove that into f. So I'm shoving 16 into there. Does that make sense? So 2, 16 minus 3. And this is technically f of 16. But like this stuff, you don't have to write. If you find this stuff annoying and you just want to try and get some marks, it's like shove 4 into G. And G is this. So shove 4 into there, okay? Shove 4 into there, and then shove the answer into that bit. So this stuff in brackets is optional. And I know you guys are probably like, well, if it's optional, I won't write it. But like if you're looking to take on, if you're going on to do A level or you're pushing for these high marks, I think it helps you to understand what this stuff actually means if you can think to write these things out. So that's how you do composite functions. So again, let's just make a card on that. F of x equals 2x minus 3. G of x equals x squared. Find FG4. And I think you just write method. Like you don't want to, when you look at this card, you don't want to calculate what the answer is. You just want to just be like, well, what method would I use here? And then on the back, you could write, this is how I'd phrase it if I found functions difficult. Stick 4 into G, and then stick the answer. So it's like, and again, I don't care what the answer is here. That's not the point of this card. And I know you guys are like, oh, but I want to know that the answer is going to be, I know you guys are obsessed with answers. So like the answer here is 2 times 16 minus 3. So it's 2 times 16 is 32, minus 3 is 29. So the answer is 29. But don't write that on the card. Don't write like 29. Like, because you're just going to end up thinking, wait, why is it 29? Like, you just want this card to just tell you like the high level idea of this thing. Because when the reason why I want this to be quick is if you've got 1 minute to do some revision at the end of the day, I want you to bang through a bunch of cards. I want you to just look at this and be like, oh yeah, you do the thing where you shove it in there and shove it in there. If you really need to go and do practice on this, this is what the videos would be useful for. You could go to my videos, go to functions. It's going to be in algebra module, functions, and then there's like composite functions, inverse functions, blah, 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 blah. So you can go and do more practice and questions and stuff like that, but just a card, bang, let's just get that done. Okay, now we're going to do another thing, but for f minus 1. Okay, so now we're going to make another card. I mean, this is super quick, trying to teach the whole of functions really quickly. Okay, I'm just trying, I'm doing my best here. The method here is first find f minus 1x, and then 2, stick 55 into it. Okay, this is the high level idea. You can't immediately find f minus 155. You have to find f minus 1x first, and this is called inverse function. Okay, so now the question is, how do you find an inverse function? This is how I do it. Y equals, switch x and y equals. So this is how to find an inverse function. This might be another good card for you guys. This is very much just the high level ideas. I'm going to show you what I mean here, but that would be a good card to right. Okay, so f of x equals 2x minus 3. And what I'm trying to do is find the inverse function. So the first step here is just write it as y equals. So I'm going to go down here and just write y equals. Okay, then switch x and y. So then just swap x and y. Replace any x with y and any y with x. And the third step is get it as y equals again. But now you've got to rearrange it to get y equals. Okay, so I add 3 to both sides. Then I divide by that 2. I'm just going to write this the other way round first and then slide that 2 underneath. And then this is your answer. So that is f minus 1. So f minus 1 of x is equal to this thing here. Then the question's like f minus 1 of 55. So f minus 1 of 55 just means you shove 55 in to this thing. You could plug this into your calculator. 29. Yes. So now I know that this thing's 29 and this thing, was also 29. So 29 equals 29, tick. Or like, just show that this is 29 and this is 29 and then say at the end, say like, therefore, something like that, just to tie it all up.